The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
What we're going to do over the next 30 minutes is we're going to share some amazing stories with you that are going to be coming from individuals that are titled as millennials, individuals that were born between 1984 and 2004, who have amazing transformation stories, who are getting healthier with OPTAVIA, and who have actually started to help other people to get healthier as well. My name is David Bush, and I'm one of the certified OPTAVIA coaches. I'm not a millennial, I'm a Gen Xer, but I have 3 kids who are millennials, and one of them here, as you can see on the screen, off to the right, Cassidy, just turned 18, and she became a OPTAVIA coach. Why did she do it? Because she was looking at the opportunities that were out there in the career field, and while she's going off to college, she's a freshman in college, she looked at helping other people to get healthy as a viable career opportunity. And so while she's going off to school, she's actually doing health coaching as a way to not only keep herself healthy, but to help others in her friendship circle to be healthy as well. So there's many different individuals who are stepping into this idea of health coaching as a way to help themselves to get healthier, but to also live an amazing and abundant life. Being a Gen Xer, I've gone through many years of working in careers where I didn't necessarily love what I did. But after losing 100 pounds on the program, I found this program and the health coaching opportunity as a great way to support my health journey, as well as to be able to help other people in their health journey. And so partnering with this amazing company with a rich medical heritage, nearly 17 years of existence, OPTAVIA has been growing and actually been expanding significantly. Actually rated as one of the top 100 most trustworthy companies 2 years in a row by some of the major financial periodicals, as well as getting lots of applause on Wall Street just because of the growth that's been taking place because of this unique business model that we have. As you see on the screen here, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson is the co-founder and the author of our health coaching program, The Habits of Health System. Dr. Anderson is the 10th physician board certified in critical care, and after many decades of serving individuals in the operating room, Dr. Anderson decided that he was not doing what he wanted to do. He wasn't helping people to create health in their life, and he found a better way. And he found a system that he could create that would end up helping people to prevent themselves from ending up in the hospital. And he began to train and equip health coaches, health professionals, and non-health professionals on how they could end up helping their friends, their family members to create health in their life. And so we have this amazing program with this rich medical heritage and this great financial backing that has created an opportunity which is attracting millennials that are looking for a vibrant life, looking for an opportunity to make a life and not necessarily just make a living doing something that they don't necessarily care to do. We're seeing not only millennials, but Generation X and Y and baby boomers alike that are partnering up to help each other to get healthier. Age brackets and age generations are coming together in one healthy community to create a model of care and support in a healthy community to create lifelong transformation, not only for themselves, but also for those people around them, family, friends, and many others. And so tonight we get a chance to hear from some of those individuals that have actually taken on the opportunity to become a certified OPTAVIA coach. And there's so many that are needed for this epidemic. We need more millennials and more Generation X and Y and the baby boomers and any generation to join us in this mission to get America healthy. As you can see that over 37.9% of adults 20 years of age and older are now considered to be obese. 70.7% of Americans are overweight or obese. With 320 million Americans nationwide, that's a lot of people that are unhealthy. And we know that overweight and obesity is the mother and father of all disease. So we know that we have to deal with this obesity epidemic, and helping people to lose weight is just the very first step in our comprehensive lifestyle program. Our program is not a weight loss program. It's actually a comprehensive lifestyle program that has 4 different components: an OPTAVIA coach, the Habits of Health system, which is an educational system written by Dr. Anderson, the OPTAVIA community, which is the 24/7 virtual support, and the expert resources like dietitians and nurses and doctors that our clients can plug into so they can get their questions answered, even if they have very challenging health issues that they need to get resolved. We also have a very efficacious fueling system and meal plan that creates predictable results, which is one of our most exciting details, because people are looking for results. They don't want to just lose weight and gain it back again, like 95% of formal dieters that don't have any behavior modification. They do that in the first 5 years. Many people are struggling with their weight, and they're struggling with just learning how to live a healthy lifestyle. And so I can't wait for you to learn more about what our program offers, and also what the opportunity of coaching can offer you. So the first component of our program is the OPTAVIA coach. And to tell you a little bit more about what the OPTAVIA coach does, and to tell you a little bit about her story, I'd love to introduce you to Katie. Katie, welcome to the webinar. Take yourself off of mute and tell us a little bit more about your story and how the OPTAVIA coaching program has worked for you.
Hi, David. Thank you for having me. So yes, I am a millennial. I'm 26 years old. I'm a substitute teacher. I'm actually in graduate school right now, finishing up, and I'm a part-time health coach. So I actually don't have a huge weight loss story. Back in college, I actually really, that's when I started going to the gym and paying attention to my health. And I kind of lost track a little bit. I kind of fell off track once I graduated, and I entered the real world and I had other things to worry about. But OPTAVIA really helped me get back on track with that, and it actually really taught me how to portion correctly. So that was a huge help. I lost 15 pounds, and it really was my mom who inspired me to become a health coach. It seemed like a natural fit because it was something I was already passionate about. And I watched my mom have this amazing transformation. She lost 65 pounds, and that was life-changing for her. She actually went to Ireland with me and my sister right after losing the weight, and she hiked cliffs with us, which was something that she was not able to do, or she wouldn't have been able to do prior to losing that weight. So it was really life-changing for our family. And that's really when I realized, okay, this isn't just a diet. This isn't, this is really changing people's lives. So she's the one who said to me, you know what, you should get involved. And I'm involved in so much right now that I thought to myself, I couldn't possibly be a health coach. But I wanted to give it a shot, so I did. And one of my first clients was my brother Thomas, and he actually just went away to school, and he's a freshman, and he lost 60 pounds right before going to school. So I felt really good about that. And after having that experience, I knew that I wanted to continue to help other people. So I actually, through starting this health coaching, I've learned how to manage my time better. And part of it was just realizing how to prioritize and realizing what was important in my life. So I was able to start health coaching, even though I thought I couldn't. And what I'm realizing is how easy it is to be a health coach. I talk to my clients on my way to the gym, on my way to work, on my way to grad school. I just talk to them on the phone, and I build relationships with them. And it's been really wonderful because I've reconnected with people that I haven't talked to in a while. And I've helped people. And as a teacher, one of the things that I love is, that feeling of being able to help someone. And this has been amazing as a health coach. I've been being able to help people in a different way. So I really think that if you're thinking about, health coaching, give it a try because it's so worth it. You're getting paid to help people, so what can be better? I'm actually using the money to, save it to help pay off grad school loans. So that's huge because right now things are expensive, and it's really a great opportunity. So
That's great. Thanks so much, Katie. And there's so many people that are in a position where they're struggling with student debt or student loans. They're struggling with just the idea of making a little extra income. And so just like what Katie said, is that there are people out there that are just doing health coaching in their spare time or their part-time. They're not necessarily committing their full-time career to health coaching. And then some people are. But the cool part is that people can participate with this at whatever level that they're comfortable with. And they're not necessarily, out there in a position where they're selling and telling and promoting a specific product. They're actually sharing and caring, and they're getting their family members healthy and their friends healthy. And they're using this physician-led healthy lifestyle program called the Habits of Health System and the OPTAVIA program to guide clients through a process to teach them how to adopt lifelong habits. Next, I want to bring up another panelist. His name is John Mendez, and he's another generational health coach who came from his parents. And John, I can't wait to hear your story. Go ahead and take yourself off of mute and tell us a little bit more about your journey.
Hey, Dave, how you doing? I just want to thank you for having me on here. And a little bit about myself. I graduated high school in 2007 and went right into the Marine Corps. Did 4 years of that, and obviously with all the PT and what, I was in pretty good shape. And then coming out of that, once all the PT stopped, the weight went up, and I did what almost everyone is going to do, is go into the gym. And I realized that you're not going to lose as much weight as you'd like or as you want. And even as a power lifter and competing and all that, I had to end up getting down to a couple weight classes. So I called my mom, who's also a health coach, and she said, hey, jump on program. And through my journey of losing weight and getting down to the proper weight class I needed to be in, which was 28 pounds I lost in just under 4 weeks, I realized I could help a bunch of people, make a side income as well. And it's just great. So I ended up helping a bunch of power lifters get down, in weight classes and whatnot. And it's just great. It's a great side gig, and it's allowed me to coach my nephew's flag football team, which is something that I've always wanted to do, and it's pretty fun. So that's pretty much how I did it, and it's great. So if you're thinking about being a coach, I highly recommend it, and it gives you a lot of freedom, and it's just fun. It's really fun, and working with people, I really like that.
That's great. Thanks so much, John. There are people out there that are doing health coaching that, are like Katie, that don't have a big weight loss story, or they're fitness fanatics, kind of like John is, where, he likes to spend time in a gym. But regardless of whether you're a person that needs to lose weight, or you're already at a healthy weight, or you're, a gym rat, or you're a fitness fanatic, you can help people to get healthy. They don't have to do things exactly like you with this program, because the program meets people where they're at. It actually helps people to take the steps that they need to take. So you can coach people that are morbidly obese that need to lose hundreds of pounds, or you can help a person that's not even overweight to achieve optimal health and well-being. And so we've got a great program that ends up getting supported through this health coaching process, but then we also have this great OPTAVIA community, where all of your clients are supported by this virtual community of support. And we do weekly support calls, and we have vibrant communities online for 24/7 support. So there's an amazing program that also is surrounded by this healthy community, which supports you and your clients, which become oftentimes healthy friends and peers that really support your individual health goals. Next, I'm going to throw it over to the other Mendez, Rick Mendez. Rick's also brothers with John, and his parents are coaches as well, as John just said. But Rick, go ahead and take yourself off and mute and tell us a little bit more about your story in becoming an OPTAVIA coach.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for having me on, David. And hey, everyone watching. So my journey starts back in like middle school, high school, teenager, struggling with my blood sugars and hypoglycemia, and finally became of the age to realize that it was the nutrition that was causing all this blood sugar skyrocketing and plummeting and so on. And lucky me, much like the other folks that spoke, my parents were actively working this program to gain health within their lives and coaching it as well at this time. So I reached out to them and started utilizing OPTAVIA to balance those blood sugars and clear the head, get the fogginess out, get the energy back, and kind of have just like really a successful end to my high school career with maximum focus that I could possibly have. So that's where the journey started. Now, fast forward a couple years to where I'm 21, and the next life obstacle hits me where all of a sudden I can't eat what I used to eat in middle school and not pay the consequences that I used to not pay in middle school. And so the weight starts packing on. And of course, what do? I reach back out to mom and dad, and not to balance my blood sugars this time, but to get optimal health back into my life and get back, as you can see the before and after there, get back to where I was happy with my health and my weight anyhow. And so everything was supposed to be good at this point. As you see in the other side of the photos, Jocelyn and I, we buy a house, we move in together, and everything's supposed to be all and well. But what we realized is we were not happy. There was a lack of dreaming that was going on between us. And that was because of our finances. It's kind of hard to dream, and it's frustrating to dream when you feel like you'll never be able to afford those dreams anyhow. And so we kind of tended to never do it. And on top of that, there was a lot of us not eating dinner together, not spending time together, not going on vacations, because all we did was work to pay the bills and so on. And finally, I said, enough is enough. This is insane. This is not the way life is. And of course, I reached back out to my coaches, mom and dad. And, I started this coaching journey. It wasn't about the blood sugars this time or the optimal health. It was about building a life for myself. And I've spent most of my life seeing them build this life by design, helping thousands of people create a better life for themselves, all while my parents are creating the best life for them. And so we started coaching, and not only are we dreaming now, like dreaming big, and eating dinner together and going on vacations together and spending time with each other, but we're living our dreams. We're not just dreaming big anymore. Now we're actively living the dreams, and actually planning on taking off full time in an RV around the country to spread this gift of health in this program. So, that's what it's done for us anyhow. And the community that we've been brought into to help us do this has been the most amazing thing that we could ever have asked for. It's like a big family, all of us. So that's where my journey is anyhow. And I'll tell you, if you're looking for something more in your life, definitely reach out to the person that invited you, because this is where it's at, folks. Thank you so much, David.
You bet. Well, thanks, Rick. Your passion and your dreaming enthusiasm is rubbing off on us all, man. You just hear it in your voice, and that's one of the great things about this amazing program that we have, is that it brings back people's hope and their health, and then it brings back their dreams and their goals. And it starts off times with just them getting healthier and using a simple meal plan and using our healthy fuelings as a grab-and-go nutrition snack or nutritious snack. And, with this simple nutrition plan that can be customized to meet the needs of any individual, like I said, whether it's a peak performance athlete or whether it's a morbidly obese individual or somebody that has type 2 diabetes, there's a lot of people that can use our program regardless of where they're at in their individual health. And so we've got an amazing fueling system that teaches people how to eat all throughout the day. Low glycemic, but frequent meals that are protein carb balanced. This is not a program that just manipulates the macronutrients to cause a diet or extreme weight loss that's unhealthy or unsafe. And so the individual meal plans is what ends up creating the very simple model for predictable transformation. And what comes of that is hope and belief that people can actually change their health and their life. People are looking for more than just a diet. They want a strategy that they can use to sustain the change because many people have tried dieting before and fallen short. And so I'm going to bring on one of our top leaders in our organization. Laura is also a millennial. She's also got a great family that's a part of our family with the OPTAVIA coach community. And Laura, I can't wait for you to share a little bit more about how this coach opportunity and plan has really helped you and your family to live an optimal life.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, David. I am more than honored to share my story tonight. OPTAVIA has been a huge part of our lives for a while. I started my journey back in 2011, and at the time I was an engineer, and life was very stressful. My job, I had a 45-minute commute to and from work each day. So just long days, a lot on my plate, a lot of deadlines with my job. And then also on top of that, I would travel. So, you know, one week I'd be home, and then the next week I'd be on airplanes, living in hotels. And so, you know, my days were long and stressful. So, you know, of course that meant a lot of takeout. With the stress, you know, I handled it with drinking a bottle of wine every night, just very unhealthy habits. And then on top of that, I was also very negative, it was rough. I just wasn't in a good place. And, I was only in my 20s, and I thought, okay, this isn't good. I had a 4-month-old at home. On top of it, I was a new mom, and I decided I needed to take a different direction. And my cousin was a health coach at the time, and she inspired me. And I thought, you know, at the time I was trying everything. I was a classic Monday dieter for sure. And so I would wake up every week with good intentions. But like I said, my life was stressful. Something would happen. I would find an excuse. So I found a program. I did wonderful, and I lost 50 pounds and changed my physical self. But not only that, I learned so much about habits that were important. Sleep, I never thought about that. My stress, I learned how to control it better. My healthy, you know, my mental state, hydration. I didn't even drink water before, just different things. And so it changed my life on my end, but then I started to inspire others, and I was offered the coaching opportunity. Of course I said no, because my life was crazy, but I thought, you know what, if I found something that helped me, I could pay it forward. So I decided to. And, in between the airplane trips and lunch hours, I made it happen, and I started to inspire others, and I quickly matched my engineering income. And my eyes and my heart began to open up, because I went through 5 years of engineering school. Here I was sitting in a cubicle every day, and I was getting home 8, 9 o'clock. I wasn't seeing my 4-month-old son. My husband was taking him to the daycare in the morning. I was getting home to see him in the crib. And I thought, man, this is what I've come to. This is it. And so, so it blessed me with an opportunity. Like I said, I matched my engineering income pretty quickly. And ever since then, I made the decision to coach full time. And I've been coaching 6 years. But not only that, my health is great. My husband also lost 25 pounds. We're both healthy. I'm into fitness now. But the biggest blessing is just being able to be here in the morning when I get to see my boys. I have 3 boys now, Darian, Dominic, and Daniel, and I get to see them go off on the bus in the morning, and I'm here home when they get home. And it's just like to go from that cubicle life to the freedom I have now to be a mom and to show them health and to show them happiness is it's a blessing. And I would have never thought by saying yes to coaching that it would have led to all this. So if you have that trapped feeling, there's more out there, and there's a better life for you, and there's freedom. So yeah.
I love hearing your story, Laura, and I tell you, you're just really resembling this, trilogy of optimal health and well-being, which we use in our coaching process to help awaken people that, health is not just done in a vacuum in one area like physical health, or it's not done in mental health or in financial health. People can be doing extremely well with finances and not be healthy. And so what we're trying to do is help people to create a balance and creating a life of integration, helping them to improve their life. And if you were to just read, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and all the things in between, you'll find that, lots of people promote a lifestyle that they're not really living. Less than half of your friends have a rainy day fund. Only half of your friends are actually satisfied with their job. and they're not posting on social media about this. They're actually not happy. And so this is a great opportunity to bring to not only yourself, but it's also an opportunity that you can bring to your friends, because the wellness industry is now a $3.72 trillion global industry. And with a 10% growth in 2013 to 2015, this is something that you can actually go into with a lot of confidence that you're making a good move, even if you're doing it in the part-time style. You can also go into it with the mindset of living your dreams, as we heard just earlier from Rick. But I want you to hear from another individual who has done an amazing job. We just spent some time together up in the wonderful world of Sundance, Utah, and Aimee's got some great details on how she leveraged this health coach business model and the training and the support that came with it to help her to live her dreams. Aimee, welcome to the webinar.
Hi, thanks. It's so fun to see my pictures there. But yeah, no, it's pretty amazing just to be able to share my journey, because I think for me, you know, I've just always been someone that's just willing to say yes and willing to be faithful with the people around me, to be a good friend and to be an encourager. And so to be able to be health coaching, honestly, it kind of feels like a dream come true, because I love helping people. For me, my health journey, it started really way back when I was a kid. The picture on the left, that's me in high school. That was my senior photo. But health was always honestly a struggle for me. And I didn't have an upbringing that health was a value. And so it was just really easy for food to become my security blanket. And that's all that I knew. And as I got older and life kept happening and I got married and had kids, I just found that all of those bad habits honestly really came to the surface. And they started to really weigh me down. I got married pretty young, had kids pretty young, and I found that as I was approaching like 28, 29, all of those bad habits really caught up to me. And I had back pain, I was insecure, I had social anxiety. I felt like my insides didn't match my outsides. The person I wanted to be in my 20s and my, approaching 30 wasn't happening. And instead I felt like I was, dressing to hide my body, and I had aches and pains, and I'm like, I felt like my life was passing me by, and in a sense, I was living on the sidelines. And I didn't like that, because I wanted to be the mom that my kids had memories of me playing with them. And I didn't want to be the mom that was second guessing herself and always asking her husband, what do you think? And, I wanted to be confident in my own right. And I knew that my physical health was a huge barrier, and that I was kind of in a prison, like stuck in there. And my tipping point when I did the program, I was 29, and my oldest daughter, who was 3 at the time, she started having some of these habits that I had with food. And I thought, you know what, it's one thing for me to choose to keep myself stuck, but I'm not going to bring her into my prison of health. I have to learn how to overcome in this area so that I can give her her best shot. And so that was when I was like, all right, I am all in. I need to figure out how to do this, how to live a healthy lifestyle. I didn't know what to do because I had tried everything, but thank the Lord for Facebook. And for connecting people that don't often get connected, because I found my health coach, Megan, she was just truly an answer to prayer. And I loved her heart to help others. I reached out to her, and long story short, I did the program. I mean, it's amazing when you have a really strong why and you've got nothing to lose, you're all in and you make it happen. And I loved the transformation that I experienced. I loved how I was able to turn a place of weakness in my life into a point of strength. I was able to show my daughters what healthy living looked like from the inside out. I was living an authentic life. I had energy to play with them. I love that I could play in the trampoline. Like, our whole lives got, turned upside down. I feel like my kids got their mom back. My husband got his wife back. I got me back, and I wasn't living with these walls closing in on me. And so the interesting thing that I didn't realize was in doing this process, it would really open up my eyes to the need in the world. You know, we get so consumed by us and our issues that we forget the person around us. And I started realizing as I was kind of throwing the chains off, right, of like physical health, emotional health, mental health, that people are walking around with the same struggles. And I thought, how can I not share this? How can I not help someone else? And I was a stay-at-home mom. I used to be in law enforcement. I knew I didn't want to go back there because it was very stressful. It really depleted me. I would come home and I just felt worn down and I had nothing to give. But I knew that we couldn't keep living tight-fisted with our income on one income with my husband, and that I wanted to contribute, but I didn't want that contribution to take me away from my babies. And so I thought, well, maybe one day I'll do something part-time and make like $500 a month. That was like the dream. And as I was losing weight, people wanted to know, and I thought, sure, I'll help you. Like, I would love to be an anchor in your journey. And it just really felt like an open door that I was meant to walk through. And so that was 2 years ago for us, that I walked through this open door, hoping to maybe make a couple $100 so I can go shopping at Target for some more clothes. But what turned from it was honestly one of the best answers to prayers that I needed, but I didn't know existed. Because what I was looking for was the ability to make an impact, the ability to build a legacy, the ability to show my girls that you can be strong, you can be healthy, you can be an overcomer, and you can do it while loving your kids and loving your family and not taking away from it. And so the amazing thing is that over the past 2 years, the needs of our family have shifted greatly. And during that time, coaching has been our steady, it's been our rock, it's been what's allowed us to rise up and meet the needs of our family. We've been in a journey of pursuing adoption, and it's allowed my husband to come home so that we have capacity to love these kids that have been in our home. It's, you know, given me so much purpose and passion outside of doing like changing diapers and doing the dishes. Those things are great, but I love having something that I can really sink my teeth into and grow. It's given us an amazing community of support, incredible accountability, because you'll find that you'll lose the weight quickly, but it takes time for your health for your mind to catch up. And so there's been such joy and fulfillment that has come from this, and it's simple and it's fun and it's amazing. So.
Well, I love your enthusiasm, Aimee, and I can just see that you've had some amazing things that are taking place in your life because of health coaching. And that's the amazing opportunity that comes with this great, cool thing that we have that is called OPTAVIA coaching, is that we can learn to take control back, control of our health, control of our relationships, control of our happiness to a certain extent, right? I mean, we can't control everything, but with the OPTAVIA coach opportunity, you have all the tools that you need, and the cost is $199. It's a one-time cost. It's not a wholesale buying club. You don't have to have ongoing monthly purchases or, you know, expensive training events. You're not an endless recruiting chain. You're not constantly trying to bring on more people to become coaches. While some people do become coaches, a lot of people just want to become healthy clients. And so you don't have to become a pusher of products or a pusher of an opportunity. You just share with people what you have to offer, and then you use this professional coaching services opportunity to help them to achieve the goals that they want. We have a complete training system, and so all of this is something that you can do, and you can learn as you earn. So you don't have to go off to school someplace. You can do everything from the comfort of your own home. And there's no income floor and there's no income ceiling. So as much as you'd like to work, you can actually bring more value to the marketplace and earn more income for the time that you spend. So what would it look like to help others? Well, that's based on what you're going to put into it. The effort that you put into it is based upon, or is going to dictate, the amount of income that you earn. This is our OPTAVIA income disclosure statement. You can find this on our website, or you can contact the person that invited you to watch this video, and they can tell you more details. The great part about OPTAVIA is that there's no minimums, there's no requirements. And so if you want to help one friend to get healthier or one family member, you can become an OPTAVIA coach for $199 and you can help one person. And that's the people up here that are just helping maybe a friend or two. And then you can help a lot of people to get healthier. And if you help a lot of people to get healthier, you're rewarded for the services that you provide. So based upon your interest and your effort, that dictates the opportunity that you can have with the OPTAVIA opportunity. So on behalf of all of our panelists, we hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. This has been just a flyover of information with showing you real transformation stories of people that have participated. But if you'd like to get the nuts and bolts to understand how it can work for you, the income disclosure statement is just the start of a whole bunch of other information that you can get and real practical explanation as to what you need to do to become healthier and become one of our members of our OPTAVIA community. So on behalf of everybody that shared tonight, we hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you know somebody that's interested in getting healthier, whether they're a millennial or whether they're another age generation, please share this video with them and let them know that there's health and there's hope and there's help right around the corner. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.